Mighty East. We are here at Heritage Golf Course for the 12th annual golf tournament for the Delaware chapters. And it's an amazing event. We got over, I think, 100 brothers here, but our Eastern Regional Director number 28, the Honorable Brother Nigel Coelho, has joined us down here. And we're gonna do some talking real quick on the One East podcast. So thanks for tuning in. First thing, how you feeling? How was the ride?
Oh man, the ride was great, but you know what? Honestly, coming off of Conclave, knowing about this event prior to Conclave, I felt it was only appropriate to support, you and the Delaware brothers, Brother Ewings, to let this be kind of my first time coming out after taking a little bit of a time to rest after Conclave. So doing really well, just very excited. And now we got to, pivot to the fall, but just great to be here today.
Yeah, and I'm sure this view doesn't do justice, but this is a beautiful golf course. Heritage Shores, you get a chance. Little plug promotion, so they support us for 12 years, almost 12 years.
That's right.
Come on down and play around. But you brought up Conclave, Tampa.
I'll tell you.
Dare I say the East is risen?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So tell me how you feel about Conclave.
I mean, first off, reports of our demise were greatly exaggerated. And let me say this. I am just so proud of our region for how we showed up and how we showed out. Very proud of our membership and the brothers for just believing in the vision and understanding the vision. I've said from the beginning, from the time I was blessed to sit in this seat and to take this office, that it's not about me. When you talk about the idea of One East and brotherhood over everything, it's about the members of this region and about the Eastern region taking its rightful place as a key contributor to the direction of this fraternity. And I believe that we took some major steps towards doing that in Conclave Tampa. But again, that didn't happen because of just simply Nigel's vision or David's vision or any one brother's vision. It happened because the nearly 800 brothers that were there in Tampa, I think, really bought into that, as did all of our chapters in the region. So just very, very excited about the future direction, not just of the region, but of the fraternity, and the fact that the East gets to play a pivotal role in that.
And let's just shout out the East, too, showed up. I think we were, a couple brothers short of being number one attending?
Yeah, the Southern region nipped us by a hair at this conclave. But honestly, respect to my brothers in the Southern region, shouts to my counterpart, the Southern Regional Director, Brother Kenneth Straughter. But they should finish number one, right? I mean, the conclave was in Tampa. So, we finished.
Some may say.
Exactly. So we finished with 792 brothers registered. But what I was very proud of was how our collegiate brothers showed up. We had more collegiate brothers registered for this conclave than any other region did. And that did not come by accident. I mean, we were very intentional, as we've done for many conclaves. I can't take credit for that. Prior regional directors to me made sure that we financially supported our collegiates, and we were just all too proud and humbled to be able to continue to do that at this conclave. So when you got 90 collegiates that show up for a conclave that isn't around the corner, right, that most of them couldn't drive to, that goes to show you the dedication and commitment of our collegiate chapter. So just really proud of how our collegiates showed up at this conclave.
So a little public, personal thing. I was in St. Martin last week. We saw some barracudas. Let's talk about the barracuda in the water.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the elections. Let's start at the top. So, Honorable Brother David Turner elected 37th International President. A great thing. What do you think?
Yeah. So, and again, I think, as I said during our regional caucus, I have a ton of respect for both of the brothers that ran for international president. I've had the privilege to work with both of them. Have a ton of respect. I think they're both incredibly talented brothers, and they've definitely contributed to taking this organization to new levels. But again, I was very clear in what I said. I thought David Turner was the correct choice to lead this fraternity forward for the next 4 years, and I stand on that. Very excited to get the opportunity to work with him, because I know Brother Turner is going to be an inclusive leader, not just of the Great Lakes region where he hails from, but of all 7 regions. So just really excited about being able to get the chance to really continue to work with him, because again, I've worked with the brother for a number of years now, whether it was on the IMC, International Membership Committee, or the Legacy Program, which have always been a big proponent of, and I think he's going to be an incredible leader for our fraternity for the next several years.
Let's talk about the East specifically. So Malwan Johnson, our Eastern Regional brother, International First Vice President.
That's right.
What are your thoughts about that?
So again, all respect. Whenever brothers offer themselves to serve at these levels, you just have to give kudos to that. So it was never personal, between the race between, Brother Johnson and Honorable Brother Lewis. But again, we supported our guy. There were many that said that Malwan was the underdog, and I get that. Brother Lewis, you know, is a member of the Distinguished Service Chapter, past Southwestern Regional Director. But as I believe from the beginning, and clearly the members of the fraternity saw, Malwan has that servant leadership passion. And servicing the brothers is really where it starts for him when he was a Maryland State Director, a member of our regional board in his last 4 years prior to this, serving as the International Director of Social Action. So I'm just incredibly proud of him, excited to get the chance to continue to serve and work right alongside him. And yeah, just really excited, and excited that our region saw the vision as well, and that the members of our region and the chapters really supported our brother and got him to the top of that mountain as our new international first vice president.
Now, you touched on social action, so we got to touch on social action, the Barracuda in the water.
Yeah.
And without getting too specific, there were multiple internal directives in the region, multiple internal conversations, which culminated at Conclave, where you had an internal conversation with the East and explained yourself for I don't know how many times. But you talked about process. You're big on process.
Big on process.
Capital P.
Yep.
That was a bit contentious with this race. Talk about standing your ground, 10 toes down on process and how we got to where we were and where we are now.
And again, Dave, you know from us having had the opportunity and the privilege to kind of serve and to work together. You know, I stand on process. I have from day one, and it's never been personal with me. It's never going to be personal with me. You know, I applaud chapters in our region that supported the candidate from our region, but I was very clear. When you can't respect process, I have a hard time endorsing that. And again, this is never personal to me. And I've had a lot of brothers reach out to me about, you know, some things that were posted in the barbershop and other things that were said. And let me be very clear. I don't participate or engage in barbershop shenanigans. If brothers have a challenge or have an issue, you know, my phone number hasn't changed for 25 years.
You want to know people like me?
Listen, I don't deal with the typewriter tough guy stuff. I just don't. Like I'm 51 years old, and that I leave that stuff. That's the stuff you see on reality TV. I don't participate in that stuff. You know, again, for me, it's about the professional and internal maturity to understand, you know, when things don't go your way. Many of us in this organization have lost elections. I've lost elections myself. In fact, funny story, you know, a brother that I ran against many years here in the region, you know, wasn't successful when I ran. I consider that brother a friend now. Like we laugh when we see each other now. We joke, you know, we smoke cigars together. You know, because that's really, to me, greater than any of this political stuff that we may engage in. It's about brotherhood. You know, and that's really where I've always left it. It's how I'm always going to lead as a leader in this organization for as long as I'm blessed to be a leader. But again, I don't have any regrets over what was said. I applaud the chapters in our region that did support the candidate from our region. I'm excited to get the opportunity to serve with Dr. Farmer, because I think Dr. Farmer is going to be an amazing International Director of Social Action. And what I challenge the membership to do is do the same thing with that office as you would do with myself or anybody else on the general board. Hold us accountable. If we don't do the job, hold us accountable. But you know, I welcome those discussions. I don't run from uncomfortable discussions. I don't run from difficult discussions. There's a book I've read several times. It's called Radical Candor. I encourage brothers, if you've never read it, take some time and read that book. You know, it's how I deal and how I manage professionally. It's how I manage my family personally. All shouts to them. But yeah, you know, those uncomfortable conversations, sometimes we have to exist in those spaces, and I'm fine with that. But it's how you respond to them, right? It's the personal and professional and fraternal maturity that shows whether brothers really made the right decision or not. And what I challenge brothers to do is look at that when you look at certain things and how certain brothers reacted to what went on in Tampa. Brothers, there's no time for that. We have too many things going on as a fraternity to sit here and engage in barbershop shenanigans or reality TV BS. We don't have time for that. We have the largest capital project in the history of our fraternity literally at our doorstep. The forefront and view of our collegiate chapters is changing every day. We have somebody sitting in the White House who we know is not for us. We do not have time to engage in petty back and forth nonsense. I'm certainly not going to do it, not just as the Eastern Regional Director, but as a member of this general board. So that's kind of where I stand on it. Again, no regrets at all. Have nothing but love for brothers in the region, brothers outside the region who offer themselves up for leadership opportunities. But it's a learning experience for all of us, as it has been for me through many years.
So not to minimize what he just said, but typewriter tough guys, if you see me create a graphic on that, I mean, listen.
Well, look,
I'm
look,
absorbing that.
So there was a graphic, and bros in the region know this, right? There was something that was created when we left Conclave Houston, something about the East is falling, right? And bros had their fun with it, and I laughed at it too, honestly. But brothers in the region know that graphic was a part of many of my addresses to the membership in the region for the last 2 years. Because for me, brothers, it's about how we show up as a region. I'm very proud of how our region showed up at this particular conclave, and I know that that's only building momentum towards Conclave 27 when it's literally right here in our backyards, right? So I'm just very, very proud of our region for brothers understanding the vision. Even being here today with the brothers of Gamma Delta Sigma and Lambda Delta Sigma, the feedback I've gotten from brothers is just how duly and godly proud they are of our region and how we represent it in Conclave Tampa. So that means a lot to me to hear that feedback from the membership.
And to sum it up, what I think in the best way to talk about collegiates, Jalen Raspberry.
Oh man, listen.
Member at large, collegiate member at large, excuse me.
Yes.
Talk about that journey.
Yeah.
And talk about process with a capital P, how we got there,
Yeah.
and your vision
Yeah.
for him in the future.
So I've shared this, and I probably shared it in the caucus, and I know I've shared it in other platforms. Jalen, when the kind of the request came out, for brothers right after we left PG County last year's regional conference, hey, if you want to run for office in Conclave, I need to hear from you, right? Let's have a conversation. Jalen was the first brother to reach out, not an alumni brother, the collegiate brother, right? And that was really my first chance in meeting Jalen, going all the way back to May of last year. I remember Brother Sean Adams, who's a young bro, I believe an upcoming future leader in the frat, brought Jalen to me. We talked, and I was just so impressed with Jalen. And the thing that impressed me the most with Jalen is just how receptive he was to feedback, bro. Like Jalen would talk and we would have conversations. I'd be like, Jalen, just a thought. Maybe you shouldn't do this. Let's do this, right? And then he surrounded himself with and connected with so many young collegiate leaders, having Sean on the team, who was a past collegiate member at large, right? Connecting with guys like Jared Jackson, who was a past international collegiate leader. That shows wisdom beyond your years. And he's just done that from the start. I'm so excited to see his leadership journey as a member of the general board now. And just really, really proud. And Jalen knows this. I mean, I don't know how many times I've texted him or called him and just said just how proud I am of just how he conducted himself, how he carried himself, not just at Conclave, but in the months leading up to it. Just a great job by that young brother.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him, Malwan, our international president, how the new board comes together to move Phi Beta Sigma fraternity forward. So,
really excited.
Let's talk about the next conclave. Back in the East.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, if you think about the way conclaves are scheduled, right? Every regional director does not get the chance to host a conclave in his region, right? The last conclave that was in the East was 14 years ago, 2013. And we've had, several regional directors since then. So for me to get a chance to be the sitting regional director when Conclave 27 comes around, should we be duly elected in 26? Obviously not going to take anything for granted, but to get the opportunity to really sit and to help to plan that conclave, here's something I think brothers should know. The conclave experience, we've stepped our game up, bros. Like, if you look at how conclaves are for a lot of veterans out there that have been going to conclaves for a few years, these last several conclaves, the quality of production, the brotherhood experience, the social activities, the engagement with our sorors, like our conclaves are not like they were 20 years ago. And I just want brothers to understand, and when you come to the East in 2 years, the bar has been set high, and we're gonna meet that bar and surpass it. Like, we're so excited about Conclave coming to National Harbor, the Gaylord Hotel, and just really excited about the engagement. Because something, brothers, if you're not from the region, may not know, we got that is like a beacon. There are a ton of chapters in that DMV area, and we're not going to look to any one chapter to kind of be the cog in that. We're going to put together a team of brothers from those chapters and really make the conclave experience world class for the brothers that are coming here in 2027. Now, I'm going to warn y'all, okay, if any of y'all have stayed in Gaylord hotels, it ain't going to be cheap. So when y'all see the registration in the hotel per night charge come out, please understand it's a Gaylord. It's a 4 to 5 star hotel. It's a great property. You don't get those kind of properties for $129 a night, okay? But I think our brothers have come to expect that level of quality and are willing to pay for it if they're getting quality for it. So we're just really excited about Conclave 27 and coming back to the East. And just shouts to our headquarters team. Looking forward to working with Dr. Cockrell and obviously our new international president and the general board to make sure that that Conclave experience is a first-class experience in 2027.
And I'm gonna just add a little something to it. So I no disrespect to Tampa or Houston or Little Rock or Vegas or Detroit or any of them. You're gonna get some good food.
Oh yeah.
So understand when you come to the East, especially come to National Harbor, you're gonna get some good food. You love some seafood, you're gonna get some food. I'm a foodie.
You're gonna get some crab cakes.
I may look like I'm in shape, but listen, I eat. So you're gonna get some good food.
You're coming to a great area. I mean, the National Harbor area, but not just National Harbor, the surrounding area. You're minutes away from Northern Virginia, Alexandria, all these historical towns. Obviously, you're only a few minutes away, short ride distance from our headquarters, and prayerfully by then the headquarters project, if it's not concluded, it'll be close to being done. So brothers will have the opportunity, if you're traveling from outside the region, to come and see that. But that entire area, I mean, there's a casino, literally not 5 minutes away from where the Gaylord property is. So National Harbor is just a great area. I personally stayed there myself many times with my family. In fact, that's where we stayed during Centennial. As a family. So yeah, just really looking forward to it. And I'm telling you, brothers, you're gonna have a great time when you come to National Harbor in 2027.
So get your coins stacked up at the credit union. Double whatever you had allocated for this trip.
Yeah, definitely.
So talking about meetings and shifting back to the East a little bit, fall area meetings are approaching.
Yes.
I mean, it's August already. We blinked it's August.
Yeah, we're here.
Area meetings are 6 weeks, 7 weeks, or whatever it is away.
Yes.
Talk about, those 3 area meetings and the impact and what you want brothers to get from those area meetings leading into the end of the year, and we'll get to the next part after that.
Yeah, definitely. So again, special announcement, you're hearing it here first, breaking news. We are gonna have a celebration for our 2 newly elected general board members and our 2 new DSC members on Friday night, September the 26th in Norfolk, Virginia, during our Area 1 meeting celebration, which will be taking place. The meeting will be on September the 27th, that Saturday. But on Friday night, September the 26th, we're gonna really celebrate both our newly elected international first vice president and our newly elected collegiate member at large, as well as shouts to our 2 new DSC brothers, who I couldn't be happier for, the Honorable Devon Henry and the Honorable William Powell. These brothers both deserve Sigma's highest accolade. I was just so godly happy. Somebody caught a picture when me and Devon kind of hugged one another, and for some reason my allergies were bothering me, and so were Devon's, in that moment. But yeah, we're going to celebrate those brothers. So Area Meeting 1 will be September 27th. Area Meeting 2 will be our Mid-Atlantic brothers, and Area Meeting 3 we know will include our brothers from New York and New England. But brothers, we want you to register. The registration information is out, and I want to be very clear. Attendance at these area meetings is mandatory for all chapters in the region. And not only is it mandatory, but for our alumni chapters, we're talking as a board, there's a certain expectation we have for attendance. If you're a chapter with 80, 90 members, sending one brother to the area meeting is just not acceptable anymore. And why are we doing that? Because brothers, we have some major conversations that we need to have around membership intake training, and about what we do as a fraternity. It's no secret we have some pretty hefty risks facing us as an organization right now, and it's clear the online training for MIP is good. It allows brothers the convenience to certify whenever you want, but it's clear to us as not just as a regional board, but as a general board, that we need to bring brothers together, and we really need to talk about this membership intake process and the potential risks that we pose against not just the fraternity, but against ourselves personally. So attendance at the fall area meetings is mandatory for collegiate chapters and alumni chapters. If you're an advisor for a collegiate chapter, your attendance at these area meetings is mandatory. It's that serious, brothers, and we need to start having real conversations around it. Our Vice Regional Director, Brother Austin, and myself will be providing some guidance and additional training around the membership intake process, because bros, we got to get this right. We can't afford to continue down the road of getting it wrong. And so that's why we're really making sure that brothers show up for our fall area meeting. So if you haven't registered, we really want you there for the 3 area meetings in the fall.
And not to put you on the spot, but I don't think we talk about this type of thing with the area meetings and brothers attending, what do you want the mindset to be going into an area meeting to best get something out of it?
Yeah.
Like if you're going to an area meeting, it's not just about fellowship. It's not just about, oh, it's in my neighborhood, so I'm going to go to this one.
Yeah.
What do you want brothers to walk into the building thinking this is what I want to get from it, or this is what I want to bring to it?
Yeah, that's a great question. And let me tell you, the vision for the area meetings has always been, giving brothers that may not get the opportunity to travel to a regional conference or a conclave due to work commitments, family commitments, but these meetings are a little more intimate, right? And we try to position them in ways that are closer for brothers to be able to drive to and attend. So the focus in these area meetings is about the business, bros. Fellowship is great, and that's why we try to do a fellowship event on Friday night prior to the area meeting. But brothers, we got to get serious about the business of Sigma. It's clear to me as a regional director and serving with my fellow regional directors around the organization that we really do run some serious risks in our fraternity when we don't take the business seriously, particularly as it pertains to membership intake, our branding, how we show up, how we deal with our sorors. Like, we got to really start talking about these things. So when bros come to these area meetings, please be prepared to learn. Please be prepared to take in the information, but you don't just take the information in, you take it back to your chapters, right? That's the focus of an area meeting. Take what you hear that day, take what you learn. Your chapter president should be attending, your vice president should be attending, not just so they get the information, but so that they take it back to the chapters and we make sure that we're all on equal footing and the same page as a region.
Gotcha. So the other thing I would say is, as you're attending these things, if you go as a chapter, that's cool. But sit with brothers you don't know, get to meet some brothers. Because listen, I've met more brothers at area meetings, especially going back to, listen, I'm spring 11, I'm not that old, but I'm not that young either.
That's right.
And so I've met so many brothers at area meetings and state meetings, back in the day, that are, brothers for life, obviously, but brothers for life.
That's right.
So
definitely.
Area meetings are cool. Yeah. Regional conferences are better.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about ERC 26.
Yeah, man. So ERC 2026, Norfolk, Virginia. We're just so excited about everything that brothers are going to experience when we go to Norfolk, Virginia next April. Registration for ERC 26 is going to be coming out in the coming weeks. We just encourage brothers, get in, get registered. We have an amazing, amazing hotel that we partnered with there, the Hilton Maine. In Norfolk, Virginia. But it's not just about the hotel. We're so close to Norfolk State University where, a very good friend of both of us happens to be a member of the Board of Trustees and just had a tower named after him on campus. Humble brag, Devon Henry. So we know we're going to have a presence at Norfolk State as well. Our goal is to do as much as we godly can on campus at Norfolk State to let the community know that we are there and let the Norfolk State community know that we're there to support them. There's been a lot of challenges with the brothers in the local chapter there in the last year. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but it's almost so fitting that we're going to Norfolk State next year, and we're going to support the home chapters, including Delta Zeta. We're going to support the local chapters, the alumni chapter. There's a great group of alumni chapters in that Hampton Roads area, and we're partnering with all of them to make sure that the brothers in the region, when you come to Norfolk, that you're getting a first-class experience. So when that registration information comes out, brothers, make sure you get registered. You want to be in the main hotel. You don't want to get stuck in the overflow. You want to be in that main hotel. So make sure you register early and get your rooms.
So almost yelled DZ. No, I wasn't going to do that. I'll leave that for the brothers.
We'll leave that for the DZ guys.
Y'all got that more than covered.
Yeah. We'll leave that for them.
But talking about ERC 26. No, we won't talk about elections. We won't talk. We won't do that. We'll save that.
It's too early to talk about.
It's way too early.
Yeah, it's too early to talk about that. Yeah.
But on the spot, let's talk about number 28. Your administration so far. Reflect on the journey you've had during the 28th Eastern Regional Director's administration.
Yeah.
And I'll put you on the spot a little bit. Talk about the one thing you want to improve the rest of the way.
Oh, wow. That's a great question. So first off, I'll just say this, whether it's you, Dave, our vice director, Brother Alston, our amazing admin leaders, our treasurer, Brother Brookins, regional secretary, Brother Jackson, our program directors. Shouts to, Brother Rashawn Howard, Brother Dr. Lacella Hall, Brother Christopher Stiff. Just the amazing partnership. Our associate director, Brother Laron Taylor out of Gamma chapter. I've just been so proud to serve and partner with this group. We have done so much in terms of engagement throughout the region. And I believe that the vision that was set in April 2024 when this administration and this team came together. I'm seeing it fulfilled in the energy from our chapters, coming to events like we're at here today and just seeing the positive vibes and the energy. Just incredibly blessed and humbled to lead this region at this time. We have opportunities, brothers. We are just now starting, I believe, to focus on how we grow and engage with our regional foundation. And very happy that they are going to be an integral part of Regional Conference 2026. And that, again, the PBS East Foundation has to be a key piece of what we do and how we operate as a region moving forward. We should not be funding all the activities we do as a region simply off of those regional dues that we get rebates from the headquarters, right? But we have to be strategic in grant writing and partnerships and relationships. So that's an opportunity. I've said it before. For those that have been in the region for a little while, Club 100 was the philanthropic arm of the Eastern region. We are going to spin that entity back up. Not sure if the name is going to stay the same, but it's the idea and the purpose around it, right? Because we have to expand our revenue base as a region so that we can better support not just our collegiate membership, but our alumni chapters as well. So when I look at immediate opportunities, those are really the two. Let's get the foundation up and going. Let's get the new iteration of Club 100 up and running. Let's get more brothers in the region engaged in making those entities successful. And then as a regional board, let's just execute. We've got a busy 3 years ahead. So think about this. We've got a regional conference in 2026, a conclave in 2027, and then another regional conference in 2028. So we've got 3 straight years of major events happening in our region. But that's okay. We're ready for that. We're prepared for it. We're looking forward to it. But again, we want to make sure that we have all of our levers pulled and that we have all of our pieces operating and humming at a high level so that we can support the membership, not just of the region, but of the fraternity when they come to the East.
And that's a lot of publicity. Humble plug for myself. I'm ready for it.
Listen.
Re-elect me, no, just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not announcing yet.
No. So let me tell the bro something, man. The thing I love about this brother right here is, like, I'll send Dave a text. And for those of y'all, I am not the artistic creative one, right? I can come up with the idea. Dave puts the artistry behind it. Hey, Dave, let's do this and get this out to the bros. All right, give me 1 minute. And then I'm getting text messages. All right, let's change this way and let's do it. Like, having you on a team, man, has just been an amazing blessing. Like, even coming up with the idea for this, for this podcast. I remember when we first talked about this.
We were first, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not gonna go there. We're gonna continue.
Other folk may try to copy it. You know what I mean? But this One East podcast, this was a vision you and I shared together before we ever even got into these seats, right? Yeah. And just seeing the way you've executed on that. The Our Cause magazines and the way that first edition, somebody told me recently, which I didn't know, I was the first RD to ever be on the cover of the Our Cause.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that, right? And again, I'm going to say it here publicly, it wasn't my idea. Like, the team put it together. Yeah. That's great. It
was a great picture.
And honestly, like guys, like, if y'all know me by now, I don't care about that stuff, right? Like, I was honored to be on the cover. I was honored that, to be able to share the story of my family and just so godly proud of them. I can talk about my family and my kids and my wife all day. Y'all know that. So to be able to do that and to just see where we're going as a region with the quality of our work, the quality of what we put out, the quality of our content, man, that's just, just shouts to you. And again, to the rest of the board, like, I couldn't ask for a better vice director than Ben, man, because Ben is that execution guy. If y'all think I'm tight on process and policy, Ben is like that, like on steroids, right? And I appreciate having him as a partner because he keeps me aligned and makes sure that we're always focused. Having 2 admin guys like Brother Jackson and Brother Brookins, we know that stuff is buttoned up. Reports are put on when we report to the region, and in 5 minutes they're on the blueprint because that's all Brother Jackson, right? Our financial reports as a region, I mean, they look like reports I see Monday through Friday working for $1 billion organization. Our program directors, the passion that they have to serve, the ability, our collegiate representatives. So again, this is not just Nigel. This is this entire board, this entire leadership. Shouts to our area directors, right? Because our area directors, we're here today. Brother Shaw is here. My New Jersey area director, Brother Thomas, is behind the camera back there. He took the ride down with me to Delaware today. The work that our area directors is doing, the entire team, all of our appointed officers, just couldn't be happier and couldn't be more humble to be able to serve this incredible group of brothers. Because again, brothers, let's be clear, ain't none of us getting no paychecks for this, right?
So let's let's end it this way. And another one of the spot things. You know, I like doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So, from your first I'm putting it out there, first administration, pick a brother, any brother in the region, and shout him out. Talk about how good of a brother he's been.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. Pick one.
It's not playing, by the way.
Oh, man, you got me there. You know what? I got one for you. So, and this is a brother who, in his role, is not always on the radar, but I want to shout out our regional Sigma Zeta liaison, brother Tom Spicer, because Tom's energy is infectious. You know, when my counterpart from the Atlantic region, Sora Tatham, found out that we had appointed Tom as our Sigma Zeta liaison, she kind of hit me with, oh my God, Nigel, really? Because, you know, they go back to undergrad days. But Tom has just been an amazing a member of this team. He's been present. He and his dear wife have gone to events. There's been events I couldn't go to as regional director. Tom's appeared there in my place, right? And he's just been an amazing representation of what elevating the bond is really all about. So I'll give Tom Spicer a shout out as my fellow Jersey brother, but just really appreciate him and everything he's done. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna take a moment of personal privilege because I want to be fair. I got somebody from Jersey. So I'm gonna shout out one of our deputy chiefs of staff. I'm going to shout out brother Patrick Ratliff, because, you know, Pat, for those that don't know Pat, he hails out of Danville, Virginia. Their chapter just celebrated a milestone anniversary recently. We joke with Pat because if you don't know Pat, so Pat and Ben, brother Austin, they got very similar personalities, right? In fact, we call Pat's kind of like the Virginia version of Ben, and Ben's kind of like the New York version of Pat, you know, because Pat has just been engaged. He's been an amazing support for me, really the entire administrative team under the leadership of brother Furby, my chief of staff, and brother Hudson, my chief of administration. But if I didn't shout Pat out, and if I shout Pat out, I got to shout out his Shaw University chapter brother, brother Brandon Drakeford as well. But you know, Pat came to mind just how amazing he's been. A brother out of the state of Virginia, I believe a future leader in the state of Virginia, and just love and appreciate him for everything he's meant to this team so far.
Okay. Let's leave the brothers with a couple words. I'm gonna actually step out the shot completely.
All right. But
leave the brothers with some words. You know, you want to talk about conclave, area meetings, just general stuff, but leave the brothers something for next time.
Got it. So brothers, listen, if you've taken the time to listen to this podcast today, just again, thank you for your engagement. To the brothers of the mighty Eastern region, just thank you again for believing in the vision of One East, the vision of brotherhood over everything, for just really understanding what we were trying to do and what we were looking to execute on as a region. You know, to the brothers in this great fraternity of ours, the brothers that we had a chance to connect with at Conclave, it's so great to see so many brothers that we don't get to see every day and connect with you all. Brothers, let's just not forget, here in the East, these area meetings coming up are very important. We have a lot that we've accomplished as a region, but we have a lot of work to do and a lot of opportunity as it pertains to making sure that our collegiate chapters are functioning at a high level, and it starts at the area meeting. So please register for the upcoming area meetings. Again, all chapters in the region, attendance is mandatory, but we don't want you to just send just one brother. We need multiple brothers there. We need advisors there. We need chapter presidents there. We need chapter leaders there so we can engage and talk about the future direction of this region. And of course, with ERC 2026 coming up, brothers, again, we are looking so forward to being able to host all the brothers of the region there in Norfolk, Virginia next April. So we will see you soon. We'll see you on this Sigma Road over the next few weeks. One last thing. So the next Eastern Regional Board meeting is going to be in Providence, Rhode Island on Saturday, November the 1st. That information is going to be coming out soon. It's during the Zetas Atlantic Regional Conference, which will be taking place in Providence. So if you got time on the calendar, you want to join us there in Providence as we connect with our sorors and continue to elevate that bond and support them, please by all means come out. With that being said, again, to the brothers here, the First State Sigmas, I just thank these brothers for hosting us here today, for taking the time out, for allowing us to host and to connect and produce this podcast here. And we look forward to seeing you all soon. Thanks and God bless.